we are going to discuss about magnetic effect of current and Oersted experiment. As you know, in order to explain the interaction between two charges, we require to introduce the concept of magnetic field. And the concept of magnetic field and the presence and the creation of a magnetic field due to a current was first experimentally verified by Danish physicist Hans Christian Ørsted. So the magnetic effect of current can be summarized. The initial proposition can be summarized in the following 3 points. The concept of magnetic field as well as of magnetic effect of current can be easily explained with the following proposition. The first one, that we know that a moving charge or a current generates a magnetic field in its neighborhood. This is the first proposition, that a moving current generates a magnetic field in its neighborhood. And the second one is, the magnetic field is capable of exerting a force to a moving charge present in the magnetic field. Whenever in the magnetic field, a moving charge is present, the magnetic field exerts a force over it. And the third one states that the space around which the influence of the magnetic effect can be experienced is called the magnetic field. So we know that a magnetic field is a vector field, and the symbol B is usually used for expressing the magnetic field. Ørsted, a famous scientist in 1820, first observed that a magnetic field is associated with an electric current. To show it experimentally, Ørsted performed an experiment. In his famous experiment, he showed that a magnetic needle, Sn, in the figure, was pivoted in a stand, and a conducting wire connected to a supply was held above the needle and was running parallel to it. This is connected to a supply. Now, if we close the key, a current will flow from the south to north direction as shown by the arrowhead in this circuit. The first observation was that in this experiment, when the current was flowing from the south to north direction, as shown in the figure, the north pole of the magnetic needle gets deflected towards west as shown by the dotted line. So this was the first observation in the experiment performed by Ørsted, that a current was flowing from south to north direction and the wire was held above the magnetic needle and the needle was deflected in such a manner. He repeated the experiment by just opposing the direction of the current in the circuit. Look here in the observation 2, similarly the wire was held above the magnetic needle which was pivoted here, and he just changing the polarity of the source, he just flowed the current from north to south direction. And he observed when the direction of current in the wire was reversed, that is the current was flowing from the north to south direction, the north pole of the magnetic needle gets deflected towards east as shown by the dotted line. Just opposite case happens from the observation 1. Here the magnetic needle was deflected towards west, and in observation 2 it is deflected towards east. So some force are acting over the magnetic needle, and again he repeated his experiment in his observation 3, where he performed the same experiment by placing this wire below the magnetic needle, and first he sent the current from south to north direction. He get just the opposite result of this one, and then he repeated the experiment by placing the wire below the magnetic needle and sending the current in this direction. He again obtained a different result. The direction of the deflection of the magnetic needle get changed, So Oersted repeated the experiment 1 and 2 by placing the conducting wire below the magnetic needle. In experiment 1 and 2, it was over the magnetic needle, and observation 3, he observed that the direction of deflection of the magnetic needle is just reverse of the previous experiment. Now, the most important one observation was that whenever no current was flowing in the conducting wire, the magnetic needle was not deflected from its original position. Suppose here, if the key was kept open, no current is flowing over here, so no deflection was observed in the magnetic needle. So by this combining 4 observations, he concluded that a magnetic needle can only be deflected by the presence of a magnetic field only. So it follows from the above experiment that due to the flow of current in the conducting wire, a magnetic field is produced in its closed space. So as magnetic needle can only be deflected by a magnetic field, it was concluded that a current carrying wire generates a magnetic field around its neighborhood. So it was the conclusion of the famous experiment performed by Oersted. And here, by using this law, we termed it as Ampere's swimming rule, how to predict the direction of deflection of magnetic needle in the Oersted experiment. As we have seen in the previous experiments, depending upon the direction of the current flowing in the conducting wire, the deflection of the magnetic needle gets changed. Now, from this easy rule, we can obtain the direction of deflection of the magnetic needle in the Oersted experiment. So let us see. Suppose we see a person swimming along the direction, so here from south to north direction, in such a way that the person is swimming along the conducting wire in the direction of current, keeping his face always towards the magnetic needle. The magnetic needle was at its equilibrium. It is shown by the dotted line. Then the north pole, when the current is flowing in this wire, the north pole of the magnetic needle will always be deflected towards the left hand of this swimmer. So we can see that from this equilibrium, which is shown by the dotted line here, when the current was flowing from south to north direction, the north pole was shifting towards west. So this is the rule by using which we can easily say that due to the flow of current, in which direction the deflection of the magnetic needle will happen. So this is all about the famous Oersted experiment.